Hey, what's up, guys? Your boy OG Black, man. Welcome to Mafia Mondays, man. What the show is about, man. Mafia Mondays, it's Mafioso Mondays. You know, you guys could subscribe to the little logo on the right, on the corner of the screen for OG Black Show. Just subscribe. He's the little guy in the corner, and we're going to get into Mafia Mondays today, guys. Mafia Mondays is about OG Black's life in the mob. And a lot of people say, well, what are you talking about, life in the mob? OG Black, you were in the mob? Well, I never considered myself to be in the mob. I never considered myself a person, a mafioso. I would never call myself a cartel member. I belonged to an organization, actually two organizations at one point in my life. I graduated from one organization and moved on up, as most criminals do in their life. Today's show is going to be about something really important, man. It's about making connections and making what we call bridges and this criminal enterprise. OG Black's been in this business now. Well, he's been out of it, but he's been in this business since he was about 9 or 10 years old. And I mean, he was in this business because, I was in the business being around my dad. I used to go places with him. I used to go to his neighborhood. I used to go talk to his homeboys. Me and my dad had a really special relationship. My dad taught me a really good, important thing in the mafia, and it's grooming relationships for your better. I'm going to talk about a person in my life that my brother and me really don't talk about, but my brother knows what I'm talking about, and a lot of people who know me talking about. I have a friend, so people don't know, and I do consider him a friend, who works for the police department. And some of you might be like, what the F is going on, OG Black? Okay, I'm going to give you guys the background on my friend, okay? And I call him my friend because he's looked out for me lots of times. I don't think he's ever told on me, but the reason why he's where he's at in the position in the law enforcement community is because of my family. I'll let you guys know. My buddy that I know from the police department has been my friend since the 2nd grade. I met him at a school gathering, kind of like a little carnival and stuff, right? His dad used to be a cop. My dad knew that. When we had moved into this new neighborhood and this new area, my dad knew all the people there, and everybody knew who my dad was, and people were like, what's really going on here? But like my dad said, the best way sometimes to hide is right in front of everybody. Now, OG Black met this kid. He was always a little guy trying to always do things better, always trying to show people up, make sure things are okay. He was one of those guys that had cop written all over him for years. Now, my dad knew he would probably end up being a cop, and my dad, knowing what's best for me, thought, you know what, these guys need to be friends. My dad, so you guys know, helped out a lot in my life, and he was really vocal. He was really around all in my life, and a lot of people don't know that. The thing about my dad was that he was really friendly, and a lot of people liked him. So he was really cool with kids, and he wasn't afraid to go play basketball with us, baseball, football. My dad was cool. He'd be the all-time quarterback, on both sides, because we don't got enough guys on the team. My dad was cool like that. My dad taught me that I needed to have friends everywhere. My dad said one time this friend of mine would become a police officer, one time he might be a detective, and one time he might even join the gang unit, or the gang suppression unit, as they're called in some areas. OG Black really enjoyed the friendship with this police officer. My friendship with him was cut off about 8 years ago, when I started really getting in trouble with the cops, with the DEA, with the FBI. He said that I had moved on from being just, normal son of a mafioso and stuff like that. He goes, you moved up in the world, Mr. Black, which was true, guys. I had definitely moved up in the world, and I was definitely doing a lot of things that I wasn't supposed to be doing. Some people in the military say I was working outside my pay grade, or so was he. So you guys, I'm going to get into why it's so important to have contacts. When you make contacts and you nourish these contacts, they can be used for all sorts of things. And I'm going to give you an example. If you're a carpenter and you need carpenter work done in your house and you know someone, you can call carpenter, a friend of yours. If you're a mechanic, I'm sure you have mechanic friends. If you're a cop, it's the same way. I'm going to teach you guys something. When you become friends with someone and you play Little League with them and you play football with them and all this stuff, you get a bond. You start having friendships, and no matter what, you get feelings. My friend of mine, when I was doing business, I was getting wind that police departments, FBI, DEA, were starting to talk about me a lot because a lot of informants and people were getting busted. And my name kept coming up. So one day I see him in a patrol car, and I flag him down. He was mad. He didn't like it. He said, "Dude, they're probably watching me, man. You're gonna get me in trouble." I pulled his card, as I always call it. I told him, "Look, bud, what's going on?" He said, "They keep me away from a lot of stuff because of you, but word on the block is that you're hot conversation in the department." I said, "Really?" They said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay." I said, "Hey, man, look. I know that me and you have been friends since we were kids, and I know you don't agree on what I do." I said, "But you've always respected me, and I've always respected you." I said, "I have a lot of love and consideration for your family as you do for mine." I said, "But what's going to happen now is me and you are no longer going to be associated with each other." I said, "I can get you in trouble, and you can get me in trouble. And I'm going to tell you guys why. Being in this life and this sort of lifestyle, kids and girls and boys at home, I want you guys to learn, boys and girls, and I'm going to be using these boys and girls more often. So this is why I do these stories. Your friends, who you consider your friends, might take it the wrong way. There's a good saying that they say in Spanish: "No hagas cosas buenas que parezcan malas," which means don't do things that are good that look bad. Most of the time in an organization you're in, when people start going to jail, they start getting a little worried. And the first people that are on the chopping block are the ones that are iffy. And if you have a relationship with police officers, military people, anything in the civilian population that would be considered not normal organized crime, not normal organized crime, daily things. You can be a crooked cop, but everybody's got to know you're a crooked cop. At the end, you can end up on a chopping block, as we say in the neighborhood. Securing these contacts and having these type of friends is also good, and many other reasons. I'll tell you how. I was taught by him that when you're driving, do not move your head left to right, up and down. And I said, "Why?" He said, "When I'm behind you and I see you moving your head, that means that you're conscious of me." He says, "And you don't need to be conscious of me." He said, "You need to be going along your day like normal." And I said, "Really?" He says, "If you want to look in the mirror," he says, "make sure your mirrors are where," he goes, "you can shift your eyes up and look behind you. Shift your eyes to the right and look to the right. Shift your eyes to the left and look to the left." Those are things that you learn, and that's why you nurture these relationships, because they can tell you insight. They can teach you about pit maneuvers. They can teach you about shift changes. They can teach you about watch commanders. They can teach you just about anything that you can think of. But being in this life will lead you to other things: death, bad health, prison. You lose your family, you lose your friends, guys. These Mafioso Mondays that I make are to teach you guys insights on mobs that nobody will teach you, that everybody on YouTube's afraid to teach you. They're not no secrets, guys. The FBI, the DEA knows about them. The sole purpose of my show, people, is to make sure you don't go into this life. If you have any questions about this life, I hope this show answers them for you, because there's no need to be in it. The anxiety, the guilt, not only the things that you do to mankind and humanity are irreversible. You know, being in Mexico, when I worked there, I saw some things that were, I would consider atrocities to humans. I would consider them atrocities to the human race. Being in Mexico when I was working there was something of a whole different aspect, and I really don't like to get into it, but I will for you guys. Remember, guys, this is Mafioso Mondays, man. You know, at the end of my videos, guys, you could smash, you could subscribe, you could share. If you could do all those things, man, they help me get an algorithm. Leave a comment. If you don't like the video, let me know. If you do like it, let me know. Let me know what you guys want to see. At the end of the video, you're going to be something popping up on the corner of your screen right now. If you're not subscribed, hit that button. Okay, guys? Remember, my PayPal is open at OG Black Show, and so is my Patreon at OG Black Show. I also got a Cash App. Remember, guys, I'm not monetized and I don't get paid for this. Remember, guys, stay out of this life. It's your boy OG Black with Mafioso Mondays, and I'm out.